Welcome back, Rise Up Nation, to actually our last episode of the season. Well, there's going to be one more. You see that chair in the background? That's weird. We got one more episode after this for the season, a special one that I recorded. Today, I'm on location in our Somerville office. I literally just walked in the door. I haven't even said hello to Lawton and Ashley yet. I walked in. Carrie said, sit here. I put it up. I got my computer set on a box of peanuts. And we're ready to roll for today. I mean, what a better environment to talk about top social tips than on top of a box of peanuts from Texas Roadhouse. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Lawton. How are y'all?
Doing great. Lawton and I were wondering if we needed to just carry this morning because we were on a couple minutes before you, and I nominated him to do the high energy welcome to Rise Up in Real Estate intro. He was thrilled about that.
Well, yeah, I don't know about high energy, but Lawton, go ahead and do it. See how it goes.
No, I'm not getting paid enough for that, so I said no. But here we are.
Yeah. Hey, Tara. Nice to see you this morning. You didn't miss anything at the baseball game the other night. It was the Pelicans, so I'll leave it at that. For those of you that don't know, we are here in coastal South Carolina. I'm actually down in Summerville, South Carolina, which is right next to Charleston, which I love. It's so much fun. Beautiful office down here. I walk in today, I just feel like I'm in the low country. I love it. Lawton and Ashley are both sitting in different parts of Myrtle Beach, and we're going to be talking about social media, not social, like top social tips is a little misleading. It's not, we're not going to tell you how to be a better communicator or how to do well at a cocktail party. We're going to talk to you about how to do social media. We talked about it last week. We talked about it this week. And I should apologize. My lighting is terrible. It looks like I've got a terrible tan or something. Like I have no front lighting at all. Matter of fact, I might move this table real quick and get the light. No, it won't. So I got some right here.
You do have some light right there.
Which is weird because the window's on the other window's over here. Let me see.
I feel like that's your best feature. It's good to highlight it.
What, that one piece of my head?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to see if I can do this while we're thanks, Carrie. I'm glad to be here. Carrie I came in and Carrie made several. Set my editors on the ball with this. Several. I'm trying to move this desk over here in front of this window while I'm still talking. Luckily, it's a small desk.
It's a good thing. Most of this is audio. That's good.
That sound effect was for you. Hey, the spot on my head is still there, but the lighting is better. Yeah, now I don't look quite so. Part of the problem is it's not sunny out this window. Okay, here. Anyway, here we are. Hi.
Hi. We had a good morning from Sue O'Shea as well. She's bringing some agents together for lunch today, right after Think Tank. So good morning, Sue, and thanks for feeding everybody.
We have an active day today. I wonder what Sue will bring for food. Probably.
Oh, no, she's ordering.
Something that a rabbit would eat. Something. Have you ever seen that show? The pyramid show where they have to use different descriptors to not say the word. What? Something 8 miles. Oh, look at there. Heidi. Heidi, nice to see you. We do have a busy day today. We're going to do Think Tank with our office, which is a quarterly meeting where we talk about business. Rennie kind of gives us an update on what's going on, and Ashley. So we're going to do that after this. But in the next 30 or 40 minutes, we're going to talk a little bit about social media, salad and pizza. Nice. Too bad I'm not in Garden City today. I'm usually in Garden City. Instead, so I don't know what Carrie's having for lunch, but I'm going to be right here for Carrie. Probably hot dog across the street. So we talked about social media. Like my shirt? Look at my shirt. Look at this. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Look. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. I do love those shirts. Yep.
Kenzie does shirts for us. All our marketing person does shirts for us for all the holidays, which is really cool. Thank you, Mandy, for paying for our shirts. We appreciate that. So social media is a thing. I was listening to Jared James on the way down. If any of you are not tuned into Jared James, I could talk about things I don't like about Jared James, things I don't like about Tom Ferry, things I don't like about myself, whatever. But there are a lot of things that I like about Jared James. And one of the things is I think he really understands social media. Probably not quite. He calls it modern day marketing. He's a different angle than Gary V, who we talked about last week. Lawton is tuned into Gary V pretty regularly. But Jared is doing a 4-week series right now on social media. And I listened to the first session today on my way from Myrtle's Inlet to Somerville, and it was very good. Lawton, are you tuning into that at all?
I haven't yet, but somebody sent it to me, so I've got it on the back burner ready.
Yeah, it's very Ashley, you would like it too. It's very practical. Like, it tells you how to go into your phone and make sure your settings are set right, and some things I would have never thought of, like very granular. But if your settings aren't right, the I love this word. I wonder how long it would take us to say this word on a show about social media. The algorithm responds to your settings, and then it helps or hurts it. So it was very good. I think he's going to do a 4-week deep dive on different things. And the guy has already this year over 50 million views across all 7 platforms. So he knows what he's doing. He's got a different audience than us. None of us need 50 million views. Lawton, you probably would retire from real estate.
I was going to say, he has almost as many views as Lawton. That's impressive.
Yeah,
it's getting close.
I should give a shout out to Holly Fees. I don't know if you guys have watched Holly this week on social media, but Holly did some funny things. Like, she did one on the caption was her. It's like a Lawton video. She's sitting in an area, and the caption was, "Client is looking for someone with 26 years of experience, and I'm not yet 26." So I saw her just a minute ago. I want to shout out to her because she's doing a good job with that. But so today I wanted to talk social media with Lawton a little bit. And actually, I want you to pipe in too, because I know you've paid real close attention to what he's done. I guess your 2-year anniversary with Remax is coming up in a couple of weeks. I noticed that on the calendar the other day. But you've been with us about 2 weeks. Social media wasn't really a thing for you. 2 years. Sorry, 2 years. Social media wasn't a thing for you other than just a consumer, like a doom scroller. When you came on board as a real estate agent, you met with Ashley, and Ashley said, "Hey, consider a pillar of business. What would you like to do?" And you said, "Well, that one might be one I could leverage, especially since I'm in open houses." If anybody can resonate with this, I'm in open houses. Sometimes, like James Brophy told me, sometimes people come. Sometimes people don't come. While they don't come, I can make content. So if I'm saying all that right, you decided to use it as a pillar of business. And I wanted you to give us, to start with, I want you to kind of talk us through 3 or 4 things that you would recommend to us, or that you would say worked for you. Or let's start with one, and then we'll dig around on that. But what's the most important thing from your perspective, Lawton? Because you have done it and it has worked for you. What's the most important thing, would you say, to start with?
I think the most important thing is to just do it, and a lot of it'll work itself out. I wouldn't say you need to have this grand plan before you start it, because then it'll take you 6 months to do anything. I think just setting your phone up somewhere, and whether you're someone that just likes talking, just talk to your phone. Again, I think I said this last week, you don't have to post it, but you never know what you might do. But I think starting it and just trying it, whether that's in an open house, sitting your phone up and talking about something, or one thing that's worked well for me is I just film a video of me standing in a house, because video does better right now. It really could be text, but people like video and it shows up for more people. So I just film a couple videos of me doing something either random or stupid or something like that in the house. And then I come up with a text on screen that's either something that's clever or insightful or something like that. And that's definitely done the best for me in terms of reach and getting more people to see it. That's not always the most dollar producing, because a lot of the people that see it are not going to buy a house right now. But I sprinkle in a little bit of everything. But I think, bottom line is just starting. And as you do more things, you're going to realize there's a reason why this video got 500 views and this one got 7. I'm not going to do the 7 again. I'm not going to do that again. And then we can get into how AI can help you with all that, and putting in the video that did well, analyzing it, and giving you more ideas. But I think just starting is huge for most people.
Is that your personality normally, to just dive right into something, or did you have to make yourself do that?
No, it's my personality if it's something I'm interested in, and I was interested in figuring out how to do it. So it definitely is. If it was something that I wasn't, like, clearly I didn't dive right in to cold calling because I didn't want to do that, or dive right into calling expires or whatever it is. But if it's something I'm interested in, I usually am like like if you ask my wife, if there's something that I'm interested in, I'm like instantly researching it for like 20 hours before I do something about it. So like the minute I started thinking about that, I was looking at people that were doing well or talking to AI or just brainstorming. So I think when it's something I'm interested in, yeah, it's my personality.
Researching it would be your personality, but that's a little different than diving in and doing it. Like I'm resonating with what you're saying, and Ashley, I don't know if you can add to this from a perspective of training, developing agents or not, but there is a little bit of paralysis by analysis is in our business. Talk about that for a second. You raised your eyebrows. Oh, and by the way, that's a beautiful color on you, Ashley. Is that salmon? That's salmon, or is it mango? What color is that? Do you know?
I don't know. Can we call it coral? I'm not really sure. It just matches my pants, so that's what I put on.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you have on that shirt. That's great. It looks beautiful on you. But what is the paralysis by analysis? Talk to me about that. I mean, I'm surprised that's the first thing Lawton said, but I'm enjoying the idea of it.
Yeah, so this is great that Lawton can share social media tips because he's an expert there, and there's no bigger expert on analysis paralysis than yours truly. So I suffer from this absolutely. But when I started real estate, I decided that I was going to have some video content, and it terrified me. And an important thing is to go back to your why. Like, why is it important that I reach people to let them know I can help them with buying and selling houses? And then if that why is big enough, because it has to happen in order for you to live the life that you want to live, then you're going to just hit record, even though it can be terrifying. And it was for me. So I think that analysis paralysis is very real for people, and thinking about your why. And then the other tip is do it and then don't listen to it. Post it, put it out there. Because if you critique it and you look at, was my hair perfect for the video? What did I sound like in the video? Sometimes you'll take it right back down, or you'll never put it out there. So for some people getting going, it's just a matter of don't play it back for yourselves and just get it out there.
Yeah, I remember when you did a funny video in the very beginning where didn't you run into a wall or walk into a wall while you were videoing?
It wasn't supposed to be a funny video, but I had tried recording it so many times and was so nervous about every word being perfect that I had started it over 25 times. And it was just a home tour. And so now I finally made it through 3 or 4 rooms without starting over. And I walked smack into a wall. And on the video, I just said, I just ran right into the wall, but I'm not starting this video over. So we're just going with it, guys, on to the dining room. And I put that as the caption, like the information wasn't about the house. It was like, hey, I did this home tour and walked into a wall. And of course, that's the one everybody watched because they just wanted to see me walk into the wall. So talk about not perfect content. And I think if you look back at your first few posts and you don't cringe, then maybe you were doing it wrong, because it's painful to look back at what you first put out.
So Lawton now has a new idea for content. He's going to walk into a wall and make it look accidental, and he's going to make money on TikTok because of that. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley, for that idea. You share a little bit of cool stuff. Like, I think this relates to all of our business. Like, some people probably are nervous to do video. Some people are nervous to cold call. Some people are nervous about social media. Some people are nervous when they sit down with clients. But there's you hit a good point. Lawton, talk about this for a minute. What is it that gets you over the hurdle? Like, what was it, Lawton, that made you just say, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and do it? Or Ashley, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Ashley said it was her why. She knew that she wasn't going to get to where she wanted to go unless she did it. Is that right, Ashley?
Yeah.
And Lawton, what about you? Did you just know, social media is going to be completely ineffective. My pillar of business is not going to be broken if I don't actually do it.
Yeah, honestly, after I did the first couple, I just really liked it, and that was what kept me going. But I agree with, at the very beginning, like, you have to know, if you don't want to do it, you got to think, well, I have to produce business somehow. If cold calling was the only way to make money in this business, I'd have to get over myself, because that's what has to be done. And there was a point in time where that's where I'd put my attention, because you have to get to where you want to be at. You might not be able to get to where you want to be with just sitting open houses. So I like the idea of your why, knowing that listen, you see the most successful people, most of them have video. So I have to implement this. And then honestly, after the first couple, it was pretty easy because I had fun doing it. I had people telling me that they thought my videos were funny, which like that to me is enough because I like making people laugh. And if nobody ever bought a house, like I'd be kind of sad, but it would be like, it would still be worth it to me because if people laugh, then on the back end, they laugh at me if they know I sell real estate. So at some point it'll work out. But yeah, I think knowing your why is really important. I have been honored to realize that TJ posts reels that are funny now. Those are my favorite ones to see. You got to look it up. They're hilarious. And he danced on social media before I did. So
Oh my gosh. I sent that reel back to him and I said, I just want to know why you needed to empty your pockets for that dance. Like I was waiting for him to spin on his head and break dance because he empties his pockets, takes his keys out. It was a big buildup for that, and then a very disappointing dance.
So that is that you bring up a few good points. TJ's a terrible dancer, but he actually has he's done what you guys have done. Like that is not him being present on social media is not a thing for him. Like he doesn't know how to use it as a tool for business. He'll post stuff about his kids, which is business, can lead to business, but he has actually hired someone. So he's paying money to have someone do that stuff to him, which is funny to think about. Paying money to have someone make you look silly, but he's paying money because he knows that leverage that he can get if he does it. Lindsay on his team also has done a remarkable job recently. Lindsay Harris, if you guys want to go out there and find her, I think she's done some great. She's so real and so authentic, but she's not trying to be funny like Lawton. She's trying to be herself. TJ's trying to be Lawton and it's not working, but he's doing his thing, right? TJ's doing his thing. But I'd be interested for those of you that are listening and are on here right now live. What are the things that you struggle with? Like, how are you? Why are you listening to this? And what are you interested in learning from Lawton? I think that's a real big point. That once you've decided, it says to me like you got to figure out where you're trying to go with your business, and you break it all the way down like Ashley does. For me, it makes sense. You break it all the way down to what you got to do daily. And what Lawton shows was daily, he has to use social media. He wanted to pick that as one of his pillars of business. So he just did the activity. Now, Lawton, did you have any idea you were going to enjoy it?
I guess no. And it brings up a good point when you talk about, figuring out why you need to do it, if you need to do it. There's people, and I think I said this last week too, like there's people, if you plan on exiting real estate in the next 2 years and you've been doing it for 15, you probably don't need to post on social media ever. And you're going to be just fine. And you're going to really enjoy your last couple of years. I think that's maybe why TJ is starting to post, because he doesn't want to stop in 2 years. It's not really his plan. Because we all know, like if he wanted to end in a couple years, he probably wouldn't need to post videos. But if he's trying to go the next 10, 15, or build a team that continues on after that, whatever it might be. But what I did when I started is I went into ChatGPT or any AI, you could do this, and I kind of told it, my dream. Like we have the whole business planning with Ashley and doing that sort of thing, even on your own, like planning these things. But then I went to ChatGPT, told it like, hey, here's what I want to get to income wise or client wise or whatever it is. I told it this whole big plan, told everything. I just spoke to it. And without me mentioning anything, like social media comes up. You need to have a presence on social media. And then I kind of dove more into that, and I realized my goals for social media couldn't be achieved in one post a week. It just wasn't going to happen. It had to be way more than that. So I think that's a good first step too, is going into AI and saying like, hey, listen, this is what my business looks like now. I want to get to this point. What do I need to do to get there? If social media comes up, go back to it, say, okay, what does that mean? Like, does that mean once a week? Is that going to get me there? Or does that mean 3 times a week or whatever it might be?
That's good. And do you think you've made a reference a few times the last week and this week? Do you think that, and I'd love to hear what Gary Vee says. I know what Jared James thinks. Is social media a bigger deal now than it was 5 years ago? Like I remember talking about it 5 years ago, but the way people talk about it now is, I don't remember them saying you have to be there. That's where it's all going to be, and it's all going to go. And Lawton, you made a reference, I think, last week to if you're not going to win. Is that kind of how it went? Like, how do you feel about social media and the future of it? with business?
Yeah, I mean, I think within the next 24 months, 3 years, I think if you're not on there, I do think, again, I don't. It's not that I think if you're a real estate agent and you don't do that, you're going to totally stop making money. I don't believe that. I think there's people that, and Gary Vee would say this, there's people that still make money because, as crazy as it sounds, they've done really well in the yellow pages of a phone book being listed first. There's still people that make money from that. There's still people that make money from paying for commercials, paying for Google ads, like all sorts of things. They all still work because they're all forms of marketing. But when I say those things, we realize like that's not the smartest use of your time and money. A lot of those things are really expensive, and they're not as looked at. I mean, first of all, you have to think about, are you even on cable TV to see commercials? Probably not most of the time. If you are, how often do you not mute it during commercials and actually watch it? Only during the Super Bowl. And those are the most expensive advertising. But Gary Vee would say, and I always found this fascinating, that the Super Bowl commercial is still the lowest cost marketing you can get because it has the most attention on it you could possibly get, and everybody actually watches them. So yeah, I think it is very important. I don't think it means that everything is going to stop working, but I do think it's really important in the next couple of years because I think this is the time to capitalize on it. Eventually, it's going to be totally different, and we're not going to have a phone anymore or whatever that might be. But if you capitalize on it now, you're going to build a brand for yourself.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more specifically. I watch the stuff that you post, Lawton, and bye, Tara. Nice to see you. Go sell something to somebody. Help some people. When I look at you posting videos, I see the number. Tell me your daily grind. What is it that you do on a daily basis? And then also, do you ever look at views? Do you ever look at your analytics and get discouraged or encouraged, or do you even pay attention to it? So what's your daily routine?
It kind of varies. I think I said this, like everything kind of starts in TikTok for me and then it goes to every other platform because it's just what I got used to. You can do it any way you want. The same thing works really everywhere. But it varies. I mean, I've done it enough now that I have a lot of drafts saved up. So basically posts that I've made that are ready to go. I just haven't posted them yet, to where if I don't feel like filming a day, I have enough to hit what I need to post. But most days for a while, it looked like I went to an open house, and that open house, obviously I'm trying, number one, to get clients at that open house and sell that house or another one. But under that, if nobody comes, I need to film like a ton of videos because it just set me up for success on days, again, that maybe I didn't have an open house, I wasn't in town. And it's super simple. If you're posting one time a day, it's really easy to go to one open house and film 7 videos and you're good, right? You might not have to think about filming again. I'm trying to hit 5 a day on 5 different platforms. Then it becomes a little bit more like every open house I need to keep doing it. But really that was the game plan. Is I would go to an open house, I would ask ChatGPT, I would say, hey, I need 20 video ideas. And I would go through the list. And if there were a couple that I'm like, I don't like that, I wouldn't do it. Or if I had random thoughts myself, usually happened. But there was a lot of days I was in an open house, nobody came, and I would just pace around. Like I would just walk around pacing and thinking of what I could post, what would I actually watch. And when I thought of it, I just set my phone up and I filmed it. And that led to me, like I've got like 100 and something drafts that have never been posted. I do look at analytics. I think you have to be the best you can be at social media. It's definitely a little bit like lame when you look and you had one video that's significantly worse. Like it is discouraging, but at the same time, it's teaching you something to not do that again. So I look at analytics from platform to platform to see what's doing best on each one, not necessarily like total. But I definitely, I mean, selfishly, when I post something, I check it every once in a while to see what happens. So
Have you had anything else get a virus?
No, I'm good on that front so far.
Just your one TikTok went viral that had over 1 million views.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you meant the doctor video I put up. Yeah, no, I've had a couple others that have gotten to like 700 to 800,000 views, but I haven't hit that million mark yet again. But we're getting there.
Yeah, that's remarkable. So you come I was going to ask you come up with your own ideas. That's just the way your head works.
Yeah.
And when you like some of them, I'm thinking, but then you also probably see people do stuff that you might copy, or you come get some from chat, but most of it's from your head.
I would say it's probably 50% my head, 25% AI, 25% just stealing someone else's idea. It's good to ask the person if you can do it, and I've done that for a lot of things, maybe not everything. So if you're on here and I've stolen something, sorry, not really, but I mean, that's probably how it pans out. I do have video ideas throughout the day. I don't know why I have them. It's the same thing I talked about this a little while ago about like when I think of somebody's name randomly, I text them. Like it's the same sort of idea. I think of an idea, I maybe write it in my phone. I probably film it where I'm at. So, and that was harder in the beginning because I had like what Ashley was talking about. I was worried about what my face looked like or what the lighting looked like or whatever that was. So I didn't film it in the moment. Then I forgot about it and I didn't film a video. But like, if you pay attention when you're watching social media, probably only like 15% of what you're watching is actually like studio lighting, phone propped up on a mount. Like most of the time it's not. Most of the times the videos that everybody likes watching is Jared James in his car or while he's walking or things like that. So like that was a barrier for me initially, but I tried to get rid of that because I don't think it's true now.
Yeah. He actually shared this morning a link, an Amazon link that shows that you can go to it, and it shows in the Amazon store all the equipment that he has for different things. I thought that was pretty helpful because he's got a cool little ring light that clips on his phone. He's got a mount for his car. So there's some things like that somebody like him that does, gosh, he probably does. We all probably do about the same number of videos. Like he's doing about 20 a week probably. So also I wanted to tell you something. I saw one of you the other day that didn't quite look like you were talking and didn't look like. Are you using HeyGen to do some AI generated stuff?
Yeah, I messed around with HeyGen a little bit. I haven't really done that anymore. It's really close to the point where you could do it and no one would know you're doing it. And that's when I think it becomes really productive. I don't think it's quite there yet. I think right now it would be more of a creation for funny things or something that like in any of the ones that I posted, I think there was like 3 or 4, I made sure to say like several times, I know this is AI, but the information's not. Whatever I said, I never want someone to think that I'm trying to put this out here and trick you. So like I think I would always do that regardless of if it got to be just like my face and look totally normal. But yeah, I used HeyGen a little bit. It's super crazy what it can do. It's just not quite to the point yet where you're not going to know. Like, I think a couple of them were really darn close, and someone that doesn't watch all my videos would have just gone right past it and not known that. But what's crazy is only one of those was actually my voice. Like, one of them I filmed the voice and put it to the video. The rest of them were, I filmed like a 15-second clip, and it took everything from that, including my voice. So there's some AI that's, if you're not filming video now and I get a hold of AI that works like that, it's not even going to be close to, I'm going to post 300 times a day and you're never going to know it. And then you're going to wonder why people are laughing at their phone at their client consultation. They're looking at my videos. You never know. So
Ashley, have you used HeyGen yet? Are you scared of it?
No, I have not. I mean, maybe I need to be using it, but I am not building out a career business for helping people buy and sell. So I'm not there, but maybe it'd be really cool for like training tidbits for agents. I don't know. Maybe I need to learn from Lawton on how to get those things plugged in.
It would be interesting for you to take one of the classes that you've already done and take it in there and let it create the class with your avatar, your AI avatar, and see how it looks. You could do your AI quick hits, that you do on Tuesdays. You could do that, or even one of your longer classes. I think that'd be pretty cool and see, because I can tell it's funny. The ones that I've done and the one that it makes you really look very animated and you're talking kind of different. But it's remarkable. Like the way it was a year ago versus now is crazy close. And I can't imagine where we're headed from here. So that's interesting. So anybody have any questions for Lawton? I'm going to ask him a couple more. Ashley, what about you? Can you think of something that you would like to ask Lawton about his practice that might be interesting to the audience? Because I have a couple more. if not.
Well, one thing I love is where Lawton seems to keep the threshold pretty low to just get the content created. So would you tell everybody what did you invest in to use equipment wise? I think that's sometimes important for everyone.
A tripod.
Yeah.
Initially, I mean, for probably 6 months, that's all. And then I did get like a microphone to help with. It was helpful if I was trying to do like funny walk around videos or talking in the house when I'm far away from my phone. But honestly, I don't even know that you need that initially. If you're going to be posting once a week, you don't need that.
Right.
And then finally, I got these lights that are at my desk because I did more filming here and it just didn't look as great without them. But I think all that added up is like maybe $60. Like it's not, I haven't really invested a ton. Obviously, my phone, I guess having a phone that's good enough to film would be the biggest investment. But that's all. And I'd love to have a little camera that's different from my phone, but I hadn't made enough money on social media yet to justify that. So, but that's really it. It is really a low barrier of entry to just do it.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you would tell everybody, because sometimes you think you have to go out and spend thousands of dollars on media equipment. And if you have a phone, you don't have to. I even saw a video where you kept it in the video where you were trying to balance the phone up against something in the driveway to get the shot. So you weren't even using your tripod. And that was the funniest part of that video, was you trying to get the phone to cooperate and balance on whatever you had.
Yeah, it was propped to my tire because I forgot my tripod that day. So that's what we had to work with.
Erica wants to know, do you have a niche? You know what that is?
Yeah,
You have a
no,
niche?
the niche is you. So no, I don't have a niche. I just talk about what I am. Because that's Gary Vee's big on getting rid of the idea of niche, because for a while social media platforms told us to niche down, to be about one particular thing, and I think that's still what a lot of people think. And it works. I mean, if you can get to the niche of being Mr. Myrtle Beach, more power to you. You're going to be better at real estate initially than I am. But if I can niche down on people that play guitar, or people that like basketball, or like the same sports teams as me, or like a certain video game that I play, all of a sudden, like, those are niches, but that's just me. I'm not thinking about that. And then all the people that align with me are going to work with me, and all of a sudden it's a lot more than if you niche down to one particular thing. So I think at the end of the day, if you never post something about real estate, you should niche down a little bit, because people need to know you sell real estate if that's what you're doing. But I think just being yourself in itself is a niche, if that answers that question.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting one, because people try to niche down. I can't say that word many more times. It's a weird word for me. Niche.
At least you don't say niche.
It sounds weird as niche. I don't like that.
It makes me itch.
That's not at all how it's spelled. It's definitely not niche. So
niche. I think it's niche. Depending on what language you want to speak. And I found out you can make this is off the topic, but you can, have you ever done this a lot? I guess in Instagram, you can go in, and if you're in a primarily Spanish speaking area, so if somebody like the people that we have here from Brazil, if they were to find one of your videos and you have this thing turned on in your settings in Instagram, it's actually you in Spanish, and it makes you look like you're speaking Spanish, and or they wouldn't be, I guess Brazil wouldn't be Spanish, but Portuguese maybe. But anyway, what I was going to say is niching down, Erica, I think is niching down, I can't even say it, is interesting, because a lot of people will try to focus on condos or beachfront or amenities or neighborhoods even. And I think all those things have value. But to me, the connection happens when you figure out niching down about yourself. And to me, it's a lot more authentic, because it's things that you enjoy. Like TJ's doing golf. That's who he is. Jeremy started his YouTube channel with cooking. That's who he was. Lawton is doing kind of sarcastic humor, because that's who he is. And people will gravitate towards that thing about you. And by the way, you enjoy being those, like I thought that was really cool of the video you posted about, Erica, where you were saying, I moved to Carolina Forest, and this is what after school looks like for me, when you were throwing a ball or throwing a Frisbee, or I don't remember what object, but you were on the beach doing a thing. that's part of who you are. You're a mom, and you're niching down to that aspect about yourself, and then it's authentic, because you might not always be interested in condos, and you might not always be interested in ocean. I mean, that's kind of, you're interested in that stuff, most people, because it's your job. I think what Lawton does, and what the really, really savvy, like Gary Vee was, it was wine in the beginning. That's how he built. That's what his passion was. That's what he built his business on in the beginning, and that's where his influence came from. So, I think that's an interesting discussion, because the more specific you can be about yourself, because then there's enough people out, no matter what your niche is, if it's chess playing, or you just said video games. Like, we have an agent that used to stream stuff, Brandon, and like crazy how many people would just follow him watching video games. Like, I would never even, but that's his thing and their thing. And it's, that's why CRS, like the CRS designation, they don't make referrals to anyone that doesn't have a CRS. They're just going to go CRS. It's like a club. It's like a cult. So very good question. Did I say anything that's off base, Lawton? Because you're certainly more effective in social media than me on that.
No, I mean, I just think niche is one of those things that we just need to get out of our heads, because I think it limits you, and it's going to lead you to not post. But like Erica posts all this stuff about, like, it's great how she sprinkles in Carolina Forest to most of the stuff. But like, if she likes playing pickleball, like, post about pickleball. It doesn't have to say the location or anything like that. Like, post, because all of a sudden, like, social media is crazy. People in Myrtle Beach are going to see your post that play pickleball, and they're going to know about it, and then they're going to learn who you are. And if you post a video of the beach talking about a house that's for sale, those people are probably never going to see that because they don't care. But in 6 months, they might care about a house, and then they're going to be like, oh, wait, I think one of the people I play pickleball with does that. Like, we ourselves are the niche, and social media is totally driven off of interest. And, then we get into the talk of algorithm, because algorithm is like, and Gary Vee's big on this too, like, it's kind of bogus now. It's not what you think it is. It's not that you post a video and you're like, oh, the algorithm's against me. It's like, no, the video sucks, because the algorithm is the people that are watching it. And if people are interested in it, it blows up. So let me get down that rabbit hole. But I think you're spot on. I think niche is who you are, and just be who you are as much as you want to share on social media, because it is out to the world once you do that.
Yeah, Erica,
sorry, go ahead, Ashley.
I was just going to say, Erica does such a fantastic job of talking about the lifestyle. What does it really feel like to live here? And she does that because I truly think that she's enamored with it, because she moved here from another state. So then that speaks to the people that are thinking about moving 5 states away. But all of that is who she is. So I love these tips. Anyway, but Tad, I have to exit stage left early today to get everything set for Think Tank. But Lawton really is the expert here. So I've loved every minute of chatting with you guys. And if you guys want to pull up social media now that I get off the call and show them a video of me walking into the wall, you go for it.
We will do that. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. We'll see you in a few minutes at Think Tank.
All right. Sounds good.
This is my least favorite part. Oh, you just removed her. Did she remove herself? That was fast. I don't like doing that.
I think she did it. I think we can both do it. Yeah, I think she left.
Okay, that makes me feel better. If she did it to herself, it doesn't make me feel so bad. So that's great. I still see her down there in the bottom. I don't know what that. Nope, there she goes. Bye. Gone for good. She's gone. Erica, that's such a great point. I'm glad you brought up. In my opinion, is that if you have to think real hard and create and become something that you're not to shoot a video, it's not authentic and it won't be repeatable. It'll cause you, like Lawton said, probably to not do it. And that's why some people get annoyed by my videos on Mondays, and even this show, like a lot of times we'll say it's Rise Up in Real Estate, but we don't talk about real estate a lot. We talk about stuff. We talk about personal development and emotions and relating to people and all that, because that's who I am. And the people know that, and people that like it follow it. People that don't. So I think that's cool. So Lawton, when you post, and I'll ask maybe one more and then we'll head out. But when you post on all the platforms, and I noticed you have started doing like the green screen with a relevant topic, or you showed a post that somebody said you were really great on social media. That was clever. You put that behind you and you elaborated on it. But after you post, what's the next step? Do you follow up the post with a phone call engage in a way like, hey, has anybody seen my posts? Who wants to buy real estate? Or do you completely let them come back to you at this point with a comment or a like or whatever? How do you leverage it to business?
Yeah, at first I'm just posting organically and seeing what works. If people comment, I mean, I try to be as involved in comments as I can be, because if you're going to go through the hassle of posting on social media, but you're not going to respond to the people that care enough to comment on your videos, then what's the point? Like those are the people that you're trying to get their attention, their friendship. I mean, whatever it is for you. And that gets hard when like the million views. I've not been able to do that because there's 300 something thousand comments, and I would never be able to do that. So there's platforms you can get to help with that too. But I mean, a lot of it, yeah, I don't usually follow up a ton. If I have a video that does well, that people comment the same thing on a lot, that's all content ideas. Those are all things that people that are watching me are curious about, so I post about that. But usually I post it and I forget about it as much as I can. I check back on it. I see when I get comments, so I go and get to those as quick as I can. But most of it then is just carrying on, and waiting to see maybe what people's responses to it. And when, I mean, if somebody mentions, like the viral video I had, all the comments were all over the place. But there were random people that were like, is this true? I'm thinking about moving there. And then those are the people that I'll go the next step of sending a DM and just being like, hey, this is what I do. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. And I've done that a few times, but it's more a magnet of people coming to me than me really trying to like bombard people.
Right. It's more of visibility, awareness, recognition. I'm sure you have a little bit of a following now. Like people probably see the algorithm will show you, if somebody comments or likes your video, then they're going to see it more. They spend some time there. It's going to continue to repeat. Talk to me about consistency. Like, how does it affect your presence on social media if you just took a 2-week vacation off of it, or a month or two? Do you have to? Does it affect you being in front of people, or does that really not have any effect? Because you post a lot every day. I'm assuming it's the more the merrier, right?
Yeah, I mean, with how social media is now, I don't know that there's a huge detriment to yourself and your content if you don't post for 2 weeks. I mean, if you don't post for 2 weeks and then post a video and it's really good, a ton of people are going to see it. So it doesn't really affect it that way. I will say that the more consistent you are, the more that social media platforms understand you and they know who to send your content to. If you post once in a blue moon, TikTok specifically is a big one, but TikTok's not going to know who's going to like your video. But if you post 20 in the last 2 weeks that are all around funny real estate stuff, you're going to start seeing more views and more things like that, because more people are going to become interested in it. So I would say, if I heard somebody say one time that every time you post on social media on any platform, you're getting a free lottery ticket. And it really is how it is now. Like, you're getting a free lottery ticket anytime you do it. It might be the winner. Same with lottery tickets. A lot of them aren't. But if you post one that's the winner, why would you not want to have as many chances of that? So why would you not post 20 times to get 20 lottery tickets as opposed to 2? So I don't think there's a huge detriment to taking a little break. You should take a break, or you're going to be irritated as all get out. But there is benefit to being consistent, and it's just giving you the most opportunities to be seen.
I like the perspective of lottery ticket. It almost makes it a game in a way. Let's see. Do you feel that? You sound like you might feel that way. Like, let's see how this one does, and then you sit back and you watch it. And
yeah, I mean, at this point, when I feel like, because unless we're the top of the top in real estate, I think we can all agree that there are moments throughout the day you feel like you have nothing to do. You're lost kind of for what to do. So at this point, those are my times where I'm like, let's post a few more, see what happens. And I'm not worried about being spammy or things like that. Like, if it's getting more and more where the people that follow you, it doesn't matter. It's going to be shown to random people every time. No one's going to get annoyed of you because they're not going to see every video. And if somebody does see every video, it's because they follow you and they're your biggest fan. They're going to love it. They're going to wish you did more. So I get to this point where if I don't know what I'm doing, I just sit my phone up and post a few videos. Most of those do worse because there's not as much thinking behind it. But some of them I'm like that. Like the one that did the best that I've ever had it do is like I was close to not posting it because I was like, this is like, it's kind of funny, but it's not as funny as the other ones. Because to me, other ones are funnier. But to 1 million and some people, that was the funniest. So I definitely do think that, because some days I'm like, I don't really want to have to worry about that today. But then I'm like, why would I not get a few more lottery tickets and see what happens?
Yeah, and analytics can be discouraging too for those of you listening. Like, but Jared James puts it this way: like, imagine if you get 25 views on something. Imagine being in a room with 25 people that would listen to you for 2 or 3 minutes. Like, if you put it in that perspective, even if there's 15 people or 50 people, imagine you had 2 or 3 minutes with 50 people. That would be game changing. You would do that every day, all day long. What we get in our minds, it's got to be thousands or it's not effective. But imagine, even if it's 25 over and over and over again, I think Lawton has said this before, you don't need 1,000 faithful followers to make a very good living doing what we do. If you have 25 that are really devoted to what you're all about, then you've changed your life basically. And if you do a good job with those 25. So Lawton, I appreciate you in your 2 years of excellent experience, being very vulnerable and open with what you do. I know you would welcome anybody to reach out, wouldn't you? And you could help them if they had questions further from this. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah, I'm not worried about sharing any secrets I have, because I mean, two things, like, in kind of a funny way, I think 90% of people aren't going to do it as much as I'm doing it, so I feel pretty confident in that. The other people that actually do it are totally different people than me, and the people that work with them were never going to work with me anyway. So I'm an open book in the stuff I do, the stuff I use. So yeah, anytime that people have questions, I'm happy to help.
Okay, great. I think we'll wrap this up here. I think almost everything that we talk about, to me, comes down to this, and it's something that I'm really passionate about now, is you've got to figure out who you are. I think in every area, but let's talk about it in social media for right now. Figure out who you are and use social media to highlight that, emphasize that, and attract people that like that. Don't try to be Lawton. I mean, it won't work. He's even tried to mimic some other videos, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because you're not that person. If you're trying to be funny and you're not, or you're trying to be a good cook and you're not, or you're trying to be a runner and you're not, I mean, those things are silly. Like, why would you do that? But we often try to be something outside of who we really are. So if you don't know who you are, and you should spend some time thinking about it. Get quiet. I'm doing this a lot now because I'm 50 something, and I'm wondering what's my purpose? Like, what am I really gifted at? And what have I really learned a lot about? What do I enjoy? And now emphasize those things. And social media is a great channel to do that. Lawton does a great job with that. I'm excited, Lawton, to see what the future holds for you with all of this. I mean, pretty soon we're going to lose you to TikTok because now they're paying you for your videos, and we'll probably lose you to that world. But thank you for being open and honest with us about it. And please reach out to him if you need to. This officially concludes season 8 of Rise Up in Real Estate. We won't do another live stream until after the summer. Memorial Day is next week, and that's always the cutoff of our season. And then we plan content for the summer and start back right after Labor Day. But I do have one more episode that was a candid discussion with Daniel Dennis about the Real Remax Group, all that acquisition that's going on right now. I have recorded it. We had to send it to Remax Legal to get it edited, and then I'm going to send it to my editor. So it will probably come out next week, and I'll let you guys know about it. I'll send an email or notification. I'll even link it to the YouTube channel, so you guys pay attention. If you haven't already done this, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and then hit the bell. When you hit the bell, that will notify you when season 9 starts. Season 9 is going to be one you're not going to want to miss. I can't wait. I've got a lot of great ideas. We're going to talk to industry leaders from all different companies about what it means to be a real estate agent. So, Lawton, thank you for contributing this season. Thanks for everything that you've done. And for the listeners for Rise Up Nation, thank you. And we will see you guys real soon.
See ya.